Welcome back to Class Problems, guys. Kyle over here with Jason.
What's going on, folks?
And we've got Brandon from CF Clips.
Hey, I'm happy to be here.
Yes, we're tuning in from NRA Show 2025, Atlanta, Georgia. Some really cool stuff here. Hey, you guys done this before?
First time.
It's my first NRAM, and I'm excited.
First time, all right, it's good. It's a good time. I really do love the NRA show. Like we do, obviously, IWA in Germany, the SHOT Show in Vegas. But NRA is different too because it's open to consumers.
Right.
You get to see a lot of our actual followers.
Who are walking behind us and are going, but yeah.
Exactly. What's behind us?
Our booth, 1325. Here in the expo. So if you guys are here, come and take a gander. We've got some great stuff going on, of course.
Jeremy, thanks for having us, man.
Hey man, I appreciate you coming.
Absolutely. And you've got some new stuff here.
Yeah.
You've got this awesome looking thing, some suppressors, and this guy. So tell us all about this.
Yeah, so I would suspect that people have thought the large frame was a natural path of resistance for us to go to it from the Z15. Right. But I'm going to assume that most people didn't have suppressors and a little key to the city on their bingo card, right?
Yeah.
So Solomon had a key. He named it Maftea, International Door Key. Brings online IWI Maftea.
Yeah.
It's a 14-inch shotgun, holds 5+1, bird's head grip. It also has a little beautiful old little key on the ejection port for you. It is Glock MOS cut in the event that you want to put a dot on there, but it also has the Benelli M4 direct mount, right? So the new Vortex stuff you could put on there. Why did we do that? We want to move it a little bit in the tube guns, so it would make sense to put an optics cut, and then maybe you'll see an 18-inch gun, an attack gun, and some other stuff come online from that, right? So we're going to go down that route. The charging handle is reversible for what it's worth. Over here. So as a right-handed shooter, I wouldn't mind having the charging handle over here, right?
Right.
As a left-handed shooter, over here. Lock that back open. Most people didn't have suppressors in the bingo card, right?
Nope.
But the IDF has been actively trying to be the first large-scale military to be 100% suppressed.
Yes.
And they have a deadline for that, so we've been working a little bit with them, and since we've got a lot of it already handled out, we just went ahead and did it in the United States, and if you're going to do one, you might as well do 5, right? Rimfire.
I'm sorry.
Right?
I'm sorry. No,
We
it's
did a
okay.
6 mil K, a 6 mil full size. I'm calling it a medium in 30 cal.
Yeah.
It's kind of right in the middle of a 30 cal can, and then a 30 cal TI. Everything besides the TI is full auto rated, and I'm sure if you look at the video, when I say full auto rated, I mean the EV rated.
Yes.
So we put it on belt. I'd love to have more belt 22s, but it's a 22 mag, 5.7, all that, and it's user serviceable. On the hub, it's a great design, right? The hub's it is backwards compatible with everybody's hub for the most part. But we did on our hub, we did put a pretty big taper on there, trying to seal the back end of the can a little more, right? Also, the end caps are removable. We have vented versus non-vented, but it's going to ship direct thread as it sits right now. This way the consumer can buy it and go straight to the gun, right? I despise when I buy suppressors when I get home and buy something else, put on my gun. At the very least, give me the direct thread option. Our direct thread option does have the sacrificial muzzle brake built into it. I do want to just leave it on there. And at the end of the day, with foreign floors taking days now,
Hours.
most people are just going to, I'm hoping they get like me and they just buy a can, put it on a gun, they don't want to take it off, they buy another can.
There you go.
So that's kind of what we did there. Eventually we'll probably have some more. We don't have any handgun stuff right now, but maybe.
Do you have any barrel restrictions on those?
So the only one that has the barrel restriction is the titanium can, and it's really 20-inch on magnum caliber. Anything you're going to do is not going to hurt it, but if you throw a 300 Win Mag in there, 7TRC, 20-inch is where I'd like to see it. But the rest of it, no barrel restrictions, full auto rated, let it eat, let it burn it down.
But see, that's the thing. Go test me. You guys have a great reason. So, providing you don't do anything stupid,
Yep.
send it back. They'll get you taken care of. So.
And even if you do something stupid, we're just going to charge you. But I mean, look, warranties are built for a reason, but they're not meant for 100% security. But we understand people make mistakes, and as long as they're not consistent mistakes, we're going to be all right.
There you go.
Awesome. So what about the availability for the options you guys have?
So suppressors are going to start shipping here in the next couple weeks. I'd say probably the next 2 weeks, and the Maftea probably around the same time. So
What about the MSRP from Maftea?
Maftea retails for $1,000.
Got you. Perfect. So these are awesome. Now we're gonna move on to this guy right here, the Z25.
So Z25, 16-inch 308, 18-inch 308, 20-inch Creedmoor, 22-inch Creedmoor. The Creedmoor is a rifle +2. The 18-inch 308 is a rifle length, and then the 16-inch is intermediate. And again, y'all have been a big success and a big partner of the industry, calling out good product, and we appreciate everything you've done for the Z15. We took what we knew of the Z15 and we took what we knew of other large string gas guns and put what we can together. And really the mill spec that I'll call it that doesn't exist is the SR25. Right. And that's what we did here. So dual ejectors, lobster tail extractor, and then everything else for that matter is what you already know of the IWI brand, and it's just a heart and soul weapon system at an affordable price point, and then allows the user for the charging handle, safety selector, muzzle device to do what they want, all adjustable gas, so you can tune it the way you want it. And yeah, I mean, we're super excited for it. It should be shipping we'll be full-fledged by the end of May.
Okay. The MSRP?
1949. It is a forged upper and lower. We bought our own forgings, so a lot of the SR25s are billet. I think we made the right call by delaying it a little bit to get the forging die built for it, and that's what we worked out. So
that is really cool. And as you were talking about the whole mil spec stuff, but the trigger, I really like that. You guys didn't keep that kind of like traditional.
Yeah. So we developed that trigger a couple years ago with Timony. It's a total 3 pounds, so it's a 2-stage trigger, 1.5, 1.5. It's consistent. Consistency matters in precision rifle, so consistency 1.5 pre-travel, consistency 1.5 pre, and that's what we wanted out of that trigger. And everybody, we're working on trying to get it to the world so they can buy it outside of the weapon system.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That is awesome, guys. For further details on the Z25, check out the individual video we just did with Jeremy. You'll have much more details on that.
Maybe there's something nice coming.
Yeah, there you go.
This guy.
There you go.
Talk to him.
There you go.
Maybe, and that's going to be from IWI. So, guys, check him out. Jeremy, thanks for your
Hey,
time.
man, I appreciate you coming by, bro. Thanks, dude.
Always a pleasure.
All right, guys, here we are at Glock. I got my buddy Shane here with me. Dude, so tell me about that Koa thing. I saw that at SHOT Show Range Day. Love that thing. And to this day, I say it. In my personal opinion, that Koa is the best close emitter red dot out there right now. And paired with Glock, that new cut style, I think that's an absolute winner. What do you think about that? And tell us about it.
So I think it's a phenomenal package, and it comes, directly mounted as a packaged pistol from the factory, which I already think is a great option anyway. As far as the Koa, it's a much slimmer profile over the Acro P2, so it's a better visual optic, I think, when you just look at it or looking through the optic.
Yeah.
And it's with the A-cut. It's basically a wedge in the front and then the rear sight wedge in the back that seats the optic in place. So as far as like a reliability and a durability standpoint, I think it's an excellent package.
Yep, and that is available with Glock, obviously, for the first year, and then people are going to be able to do their own thing, right? That's what Aimpoint told us that.
Okay, well then I guess that's the plan.
Okay, so yeah, Aimpoint told us that it's exclusive for Glock for a year, and then after a year, then people are going to be able to, just like the M-Lock system with Mac,
sure.
They're going to have their own stuff. And Koas are, what models are they? You got the
G43X, G48, G19, G45, and the G47. So it kind of goes from our slimline compact package to the compact and then to the full size. So depending on what the customer wants, they have options available, especially, and I think it's the coolest for the slimlines. Having that the packaged pistol on the slimlines, because the 43X is an amazing carry pistol, and now you've got the Koa with the A-cut on the G43X. So I think as a packaged pistol for people that love that gun, I think it's awesome.
Absolutely, and definitely, it's coming from Aimpoint too. So that thing is going to be really tough, like the Acro that we know, and it has 25% more perceived window visibility, let's just say, right? And there's another thing out there now, Glock is discontinuing a bunch of models, or maybe the guns itself, or some SKUs. Can you just let us know about that? What's going on with that?
Sure. It's essentially a SKU rationalization where we're trying to streamline production and manufacturing and give the consumers the products that they're wanting the most. So it's all the discontinued models are on the website. You can find that entire list there, but it's just the customer, or the models that the customers are demanding the most. It's our opportunity to look towards the future and also streamline production so we can get the most guns out.
Yeah, that's okay. Crazy. So, any guns just going away?
Whatever that list is, the guns that are going away. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you asking about a specific gun?
Specific gun, yes.
Which one?
My favorite, Glock 34.
That's also one of my favorites, but yes, that is on the list, so it will also be going away. Yeah. Now, there's still going to be a lot of models currently in distribution, so if you find them at a dealer, obviously they're going to be available, and we're still going to work on them. We'll still have parts inventory, and if a warranty gun comes in, we'll still be able to work on them and service them just like we've always done. Yeah. But that discontinued list, yes, we are stopping production.
Well, guys, I mean, Glock 34, so you better get out there and clear them all out, because that's it. They're done. Just like the 747s, Boeing 747s. The last one just came out of the factory. no more. One of my favorite aircrafts. I know that's a different topic, but so Glock 34 is gone. And a bunch of other SKUs like the like this Glock 17 with a different sights or maybe adjustable trigger. Dude, I'm really sad, man. So Glock 34 is gone.
Well, don't be sad. Like I said, we're looking to the future. We're trying to give the customers what they want. You know what I'm saying? So it's...
Then give me my 34. But no, like, dude, thanks a lot, guys. Check out Glock, though. Shane, thanks a lot for your time, man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Continuing our NRAM 2025 coverage, of course, had to stop over here at the Beretta booth with the homies over here. Logan, of course, another show, another day, and here we are, of course, man. So we got some pretty cool, nifty things in our hands. This one, nice little color wave. Tell us about it, brother. APX?
Yep, so these are the APX A1s.
Okay.
But what we've been doing is to bring some attention, bring some cool factor to it.
Right.
We've been working with a couple of the industry leaders, so Blackbeard Customs in your hand and How Arms in mine.
Okay.
And they've been taking our APXs and then just doing a complete rework on
Right.
it. So giving them this distressed camo look like you've got with some porting in the slide and barrel.
Okay.
And then, of course, a very cool three-tone colorway for camo. And then in my hand is sort of a calling it a comic book look or kind of a modern look,
like
kind of a Deadpool thing going on here. But just, again, something that really cool, really neat, something to bring folks in that brings some attention to the APX.
And awesome. The APX, of course, you know, modular, right? Comes with everything, extended mags, threaded barrel. I mean, you've got everything in here that a tactical-minded person might want or need. Or if you just want to have fun suppressed. I mean, that's just a vibe for sure.
And
So
now we've got some cool colors.
there you go. So
stuff out.
I'm just waiting on a tiger stripe one myself.
Right,
I'm
it's
just
in your hand.
Oh.
Look at the wire cutter.
Logan, we got some pretty cool colors. I got a cheetah in my hand, the 80X, and you got the
This is the ADX Cheetah as well. So just a couple of new colorways.
Right.
So this is the black and blue version we've got here. Comes in a really cool leather display case. It's a limited 1,500 gun run.
Ooh.
And then this is the new Tactical Desert. This is going to be an inline SKU for us. Some neat things here. Extended magazine capacity. The side plates and the colorway is going to be in this two-tone FDE, threaded barrel as well.
Right.
Very, very cool, kind of a tactical desert look. It really looks nice against the M9A4 that we've had out in the 90 series for a long time.
Right.
This is kind of the companion gun to that.
I like that. Of course, optics ready, threaded barrel, and just like you mentioned, extended mag. So you've got all the capacity needs that you would ever want. You want to suppress it, get fun with it, they've got you covered for sure. So of course, Beretta always in the name of that. And of course, look at this tip. Is it Tiffany blue?
Kind of like, we can't use that.
Okay, right. Oh, it's
a beautiful blue.
beautiful blue, robin's egg blue, however you want to call it. But this thing's awesome. And of course, you said not commemorative, but limited.
Limited edition.
Okay.
1,500 pieces. Beautiful display case.
And again, the price on this one is
$699 MSRP.
and this one
$999.
$999. So of course, Beretta tackling all your needs. If you want something colorful, just like we saw with those APXs, they've still got you covered in the 80X line. Of course, the Cheetah's very soft shooting, very easy to wield, and of course, a perfect concealed carry option. So guys, continue to watch our NRAM coverage here in Atlanta. Logan, we appreciate it, brother.
See you again.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, here we are at Henry, and I've got George with me. And George, you got something brand new here.
Yeah.
What is it?
This is our bear's leg, which is, believe it or not, this little lever action pistol is a 45-70. It's a powerhouse. We're also doing it in 30-30.
Okay.
So this is cool as it is, right? It's a lot of fun, but really our intent here is to give people an easier path to SBR gun.
Yep.
You know, lever actions are gaining popularity so much, and people are doing some really cool tactical stuff with them, but making an SBR out of a standard gun is really difficult. Yeah, it's not just cutting the barrel and rethreading it. You got to relocate your mag tube hanger, shorten your mag tube, your inner mag tube. It's a lot of work, really expensive. So we're trying to give you an out-of-the-box solution right here with the bear's leg.
Wow. So, okay, 30-30, 45-70. Any other calibers for this one that's coming out?
Not yet, but it could possibly grow if we hear enough feedback from folks. So if you want to see a different caliber, hit us up.
Yeah, let us know in the comment section for sure. So, George, is this now available? What's the MSRP?
So this one's not yet available. We haven't released it yet. We're kind of just previewing it and getting feedback on it. Probably hit the market in 60 days or so. That was a rough number.
Do you have any rough estimate on what this could potentially cost?
Probably about $1,100 MSRP.
Okay. Very good, guys. Check out Bear's Leg, 45-70, 30-30. Comment section, let us know if you guys want any other calibers. Now, George, you got something else that you want to talk about?
We do have some really cool things called our Hush series, if you want to go check those out.
Let's do it.
This is our Hush rifle, our Hush series, which is our first product out of the Henry Special Products Division, a new entity within Henry, which is where we're going to take standard products and optimize them for a very specific use application. This use is suppressors, hence the name Hush, which stands for Henry Ultimate Suppressor Host. Okay, so
that's pretty cool.
You guys have used cans before, right? Cans are awesome, except for one thing, or really two things. What happens when you put a can on a gun? They get 6+ inches longer and they get really muzzle heavy, right? And one of the things people love about classic lever guns is how they feel, the balance, the pointability. Cans kind of hurt that a little bit, so we wanted to fix that. And this is how we fixed it. We're using a match grade carbon wrapped BSF barrel here, paired up with a Tapco skeletonized aluminum forend. Now, these two parts alone reduce the weight of the gun equal to that of this can. So essentially what I'm saying is that this gun with a can on it feels, points, and balances exactly like our Woodstock classic lever guns.
That is really freaking cool, because when you hold a gun, especially a rifle, right? If it's front heavy, it actually is very fatiguing.
Yeah.
And it affects your accuracy. I've held security numerous times with my ARs, right?
Right.
And if you have a lot of stuff up there, you know, your laser, your can, whatever, you just get fatigue.
Yeah.
And that's not good. So this is perfect. And so, did you guys add any other weight to the stock area at all?
No. And so we removed weight on the front end so that when you add a can on the front end, it kind of cancels out, which maintains the center of gravity in exactly the same spot. So at the back end of the gun, we did do a few things. Like, this is a different stock, of course. This is a gray laminated American hardwood stock that has a texture on it. You want to feel that? And it's kind of a tacky texture to give you a little bit better purchase. It's also impervious to the elements because it's a laminated stock. Inside here, we did do some skeletonizing, if you will, to reduce, you know, because typically a laminated stock weighs more than a standard walnut stock. Well, we wanted this to weigh the same as a walnut stock. So we reduced it by inletting on the inside of the stock. Up top here, the guns do come standard with this pick rail, but this is a forged carbon fiber pick rail. So it's, you know, it's fractional, but everything about reducing the weight and keeping that center of gravity was done on the SPD rifles.
That is so cool. So this is now available, right?
As of today, it's now available. The guns are going to be shipping out of Rice Lake, Wisconsin next week.
All right. What's the MSRP or price point?
MSRP is $19.99, and we have 5 different calibers of this gun. So this one right here in my hands is my favorite. It's the 44 Magnum, but we also do it in 357, which of course shoots 38s. 45 Colt, 30-30, and 45-70.
Wow, this is super cool. Yeah, this thing looks real good with that barrel, and especially shooting it suppressed. At SHOT Show, I know I shot some of these guns suppressed, and they are absolutely incredible, especially that 300 Blackout one with the P-Mags.
Yeah.
I don't think I've shot a 300 Blackout that gave me more pleasure than that gun. Again, I sincerely mean that. And I own a couple of 300 Blackout guns. So, George, thanks a lot for your time.
Pleasure.
Yeah, guys, check out Henry.
Of course, continuing our NRAM coverage, guys, we're here at the Pulsar booth. And of course, guys, optics, thermals, I mean, we're in the house of it. So please, brother, take it away.
What you got for us?
Hey, I'm Kevin. I'm with Pulsar, and man, thanks for coming to our booth, man, and showing us some media hospitality, right? I mean, it works both ways, right? And we try to take good care of you guys at the same time. You guys come and take good care of us, so we appreciate it.
Absolutely.
2025, actually, the end of 2024, now into 2025, has been really good for us. I think a lot of consumers still consider us, and we believe so, that we're the industry leader for consumer thermal digital night vision. Lately, we've been moving further away from digital night vision. Probably 99% of our production now has been thermal. Still staying on top of consumer thermal. And all this stuff is European-based. The manufacturing is all in Europe. So we're still manufacturing in Lithuania and Latvia. Most of the actual manufacturing is in Latvia.
Yeah.
Originally, a few years ago, it was in Belarus. Of course, when the Russia-Ukraine war kicked off, they pulled out of Belarus, moved everything up to Latvia. But all still manufactured in Europe.
So real quick, for those who may not know, can you give us just a high-level overview, just a really quick overview of how thermal works and kind of the differences of some of the things that we have in front of us?
Yeah, so the easiest way to explain it is to just to consider how night vision works in general and how thermal works kind of conversely to that. Because thermal is not night vision and night vision is not thermal.
Correct.
Right? Thermal is a 24-hour optic. All it cares about is whether or not there's a temperature variance in the field of view. Right? So digital night vision and night vision work off of ambient light, and also if you need more infrared illumination, right?
Yeah.
And so let's talk in terms of, say, digital night vision that most often uses IR illumination. And so we look at night vision or digital night vision as something that's casting out, pulling in light, casting out IR illumination to help with that, and bring those light particles in to be processed to what you see on a display, right?
Yep.
So I always tell people, like, night vision will cast out IR illumination and bring that information back to be processed, where thermal doesn't do that. Thermal has a sensor array that detects infrared radiation in an environment and processes that information on display. So one casts out IR illumination and processes that, and the other one detects it in the environment and brings it in.
Yeah.
This is the Merger LRF XT50, and this is a 1280 sensor resolution with a 12 micron pixel pitch, 2,500 yard detection range. The nice thing about having that higher sensor resolution is that this is a 2 to 16 power magnification. It's actually after optical zoom. After optical magnification, it's digital zoom, right? So normally when you're dealing with thermal or night vision, digital night vision, when you increase, you're degrading your field of view, right? Gets pixelated, gets noisy, and at the top of the magnification, in the 384 and the 640, there's basically just a white blob or a black blob, depending on what color palette you're using. It's just a blob of a heat signature.
Yeah.
With these at 1280 sensor resolution, at 16 power, you can still see detail. This is the Axion XG30. It's a 30 millimeter objective lens. All of our optics use enhanced germanium glass, and they all have the Linred sensors in them. This one has, we'll say, a 2,000 yard detection range. I said it's on the top end of it.
Yeah.
You're not going to have as nice a field of view as you would as if you have more features packed in here, including a larger germanium glass objective lens, but it's still a great thermal, long-range detection, built-in video, fits in your pocket, 8-color display palette, but it does lack a couple of the other features that people want in our larger, more in line with their flagship thermal binoculars and binoculars. But also, it's not priced like that, right? So our Axions will start out probably around that $1,000 mark and move up to about $4,000, depending on whether or not you want the XQ384, the XG640 with a 12 micron pixel pitch, and whether or not you want LRF, because we offer the same model with an integral laser rangefinder that's accurate to about 900 yards plus or minus 1 yard in zero light. This is a brand new one. We launched this at SHOT Show here in 2025. This is our Thermion 2 LRF XL60 thermal rifle scope. It's part of our 60 series family of scopes. So we have the XL60 that has a 1024 sensor resolution. This in zero light has a heat signature detection range of adult size heat signatures out to 3,000 yards in zero light. So about 1 3/4 miles. Then we have an XG, which is a 640 with a 12 micron pixel pitch, and an XP with a 640 sensor resolution and a 17 micron pixel pitch. We have different base magnifications also. This one starts with a base magnification of 2.5. The XP goes up, starts with a 3, and the XG starts with a base mag of 4. Right? But one of the reasons we came out with a 2.5 in the XL60, well, first we went from a 50 millimeter objective lens to a 60 millimeter objective lens, and we also increased and changed the design of the display. So now we have a radial display inside that actually goes from one edge of the eye box to the other. It's actually curved with the curvature of the eye box. So you actually have, instead of looking at a rectangle display, it literally is very immersive. It almost looks like you're looking through the optic instead of at a display. It's a very full field of view.
Yeah.
So what that accomplishes is a couple things. One, we can start out with a higher base magnification, not too high, so we still make the hog hunters happy.
Yeah.
But it's also high enough that the predator hunters are also happy with their longer shots, right?
Yeah.
And for the hog hunters, they're dealing with that higher magnification. We still have a wider field of view than we did on the XL50s. This is the FXG 50, so this is our flagship Ford adapter. Same 2,000 yard detection range. This has a 50 millimeter objective lens up front. Built-in video, Wi-Fi, all those types of things. Basically everything you get in a thermal rifle scope, except for obviously a reticle, right? It comes with a ring set, and you can order other ring sets if you decide you're going to change the objective bell size of your rifle scopes. But it'll go on everything from your LPPOs to your larger, say, 56 millimeter objective lens rifle scopes. The only thing I would say is my sweet spot for running a Ford adapter is, say, 2 to 3 power. So if you put it on something that's like a 5 to 30 by 50 or 5 to 30 by 56 rifle scope, the base magnification might be high enough where you've actually got to go in and make your setting changes before you mount it on here, because that higher base magnification may start to cut out some of the menu settings and things in your display, right? So
I actually did that. So they handed this one to me a little bit before we started filming, and someone had it all the way up. What is that, 6 power?
yeah.
Yeah, and I was looking through it. I'm like, oh, I can't see what's going on. So then I ramped it down to 1 power, and I was like, oh man, that's good. That works really well.
Yeah.
So,
But a lot of people love these because you can mount them to the optic, or you can mount it onto a night vision mount on the front of your scope. Either way, we also have kits for these too. So if you were to turn around and end up wanting a kit, you can actually take it and turn it into a monocular pretty easily.
Yeah.
And take that thing on and off. It runs about 8 hours with our lithium ion rechargeable battery. This is the same battery that we use for our Pulsar Helium and Pulsar Trail models.
okay.
So a lot of the guys who are existing Pulsar users, they're probably already going to have these batteries.
Everything thermal, everything that you got going on, whether it be rifle mounted, handheld, or binos. Pulsar's got you.
All right, guys, here we are at Mossberg, and James Reeves from TFB TV was too busy or too cool to show up to this show.
Definitely too cool.
Too cool, exactly, with his hair and the short shorts.
God.
And you know what, with that being said, I figured I'd help him out since, again, he's too cool to be here to interview one of his sponsors here. So with that being said, I got Richard over here with us. Richard, thanks for having us.
Hey, thanks for stopping by.
And you got something brand new, and you want to talk about that?
Yeah, brand new this week is our 990 Aftershock. So this is the semi-automatic answer to our 590 Shockwave, which, you know, interesting for us, and the reason why it took so long for us to follow up with a semi-automatic version is because historically Mossberg semi-auto shotguns, the gas system runs all the way through the stock, right? So you have a giant buffer spring in the rear. So what we had to do is we had to redesign our gas system, put everything up front underneath the fore end. It's a little bit softer shooting.
More reliability?
Well,
depending on how you have it tuned?
Yeah, depending on who you ask, but
inertia guys are like, what are you talking about? Like, you know, I don't have to worry about any gas bleed off, whatever. Nah, you know what, with inertia guns, you were talking about some of the malfunctions that could happen.
Yeah, so I mean, I own a lot of our competitors' guns. I'm a big shotgun guy, and you know, I know if using lighter loads with some of the inertia guns I own, if you don't have a strong stance, you could run into a failure.
So you guys had the pump action version, that was a Shockwave.
Yeah, that was a Shockwave. So this is the 990 Aftershock.
All right, so, and this is available right now for folks?
Available right now.
MSRP?
We say like $1,120, which is probably what it's going to be going for right now, but give it a few months for the demand to die down a little bit, and you'll find it a little bit less on the street.
Gotcha, yeah, and that always happens, guys. So there's MSRP, and you're able to find them at street price a little bit better. You got a little M-lock attachment right here.
So it's a 3, 6, and 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And so you can attach your lights, your lasers,
all that stuff.
All
that cool stuff that that I don't have.
Yeah, right.
What about the capacity?
So this is 5+1. So you're going to get 5 rounds in the magazine tube, and then 1 round in the action.
Perfect. So this is basically your breacher option. You can have fun with it, but probably you guys any interest from like law enforcement agencies or anything like that?
Not on this particular model yet. Well, we haven't really shown it around yet. This is the first time it's been debuted, but I'm sure we'll see some.
Gotcha. Very cool, guys. Check out Mossberg, the 990 Aftershock. They also have the pump action version if you're interested in that one, and that's the Shockwave.
Shockwave, yeah.
Yeah, MSRP. You can find it around $1,000, $1,100, whatever. So definitely check them out. Richard, thanks a lot for your time. I appreciate
thanks
you.
for stopping by.
Of course, continue our NRAM 2025 coverage here at Century Arms Canik, and of course here with Nils. First of all, brother.
What's going on, man?
Team Canik over here, I mean, he's the truth when it comes to shooting. I'm just letting you know. Of course, we got to talk about something that's extra prime, you know, action prime. I don't know, the Canik prime?
Let's talk about some prime beef, yeah. So the MC9 Prime is brand new for 2025, right? We gave everybody a taste of it at SHOT Show. Last week was kind of the official launch, right? So now people have actually had it in their hands. Some people have shot it.
Right.
You see a lot of content about it on the internet, and it's actually all that. Like, this gun is a fantastic shooting pistol. I shot a local USPSA competition last weekend with this gun.
That's awesome.
Half the match was at night, so under the lights, right? So normally, not very good lighting conditions, and if you run standard iron sights, it's like gray on gray on gray, not a lot of definition.
Right.
But with tritium night sights, it's really easy to aim. So these night vision tritium night sights came in clutch, like awesome sights. The grip, phenomenal. I actually shot from appendix with the factory included holster. So the whole package that we did, incorporating the micro compact and kind of our like TTI rival competition style guns, and like made the ultimate evolution and turned it into the MC9 Prime.
And we love that. That's one of the things that we noticed, especially when we did our video on classic firearms. We noticed that that grip was just so good in hand. It really does fill up the hand well, pause, but also the texturing was something to really write home about, something that you guys nailed exactly from the factory. And I think this one's a home run, man.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, I mean, a lot of people think like more texture is better. And I agree with that to an extent, right? So you notice we push the texturing on the side panels all the way up to the top, where on some of our other guns, you lose it right around that mag release, but it's not overly aggressive.
Correct.
And what that does is when this is inside the waistband, concealed carry, that's pressing up against your body. And you don't want that like a cheese grater.
Absolutely.
Right? So you want texture, but you don't want it overly aggressive. But front to back, that's where we have that extra aggression, right?
And that's awesome.
Front to back locks you in. You get just enough texture to secure that left hand of the frame. And I mean, that incorporated with the tri-port in the front and the comp, and the trigger, like, this thing is awesome.
Absolutely. The trigger is absolutely Canik, full well known for their great triggers, something that's really competition driven. At least for me, it feels good to shoot that responsiveness, and it's just really clutch when it comes in those moments. So that's great. Of course, optics ready too, right?
Yep.
The footprint
so
is
right over here. It's an RMR SC or the Shield Sight optic footprint. This is not available yet, but this is our Canik MO4 enclosed emitter red dot. So this will hopefully be available soon. But any RMR SC footprint optic will fit right on the Prime.
So there you guys go. An enclosed option coming from Canik, of course, and a parent company of Canik and all of their grandeur. So be on the lookout for that. TBD, of course. So do we know MSRP?
MSRP, I want to say is $299.
$299.
Yeah.
There you go.
For an enclosed emitter.
We know that the Canik, that Prime name, the Prime candidate, and of course Prime Beef right here, right?
That's how we roll.
Absolutely. So
and if you guys don't know, this is the factory case included with the Prime, right? So you get a hard-sided Pelican-style case, 2 17-round magazines. This is a G-code ambidextrous inside-outside the waistband holster.
That's awesome.
And then everything you come to expect with the Caniks, right? Your different back straps, your tool kit, and then in the bottom of the case too, you've got the other side of your holster, and then some takedown tools, cleaning kit, things like that. So really, it's a whole package, and with an MSRP of $649, I mean, it's a lot of gun for the money. It's a lot of prime beef for the money.
Grade A right there. So of course you guys have tested the boundaries and limits on what we know as the MC9 line. Now this is its next evolution. I wonder what the next evolution will be. Maybe a metal frame?
I mean, anything's possible. You're not the first person to suggest that, and I mean, I can't make any promises or talk about super secret projects, but it's definitely, you know, something to think about.
Somebody has talked about that before, obviously. So maybe they might bring it. You know how Canik does. Eventually, if we ask for it, it will come. So, guys.
But let me ask you this, right? So if, I mean, this gun, say it weighs 25 ounces, would you want it to weigh an extra 10 if you're concealed carrying it?
I'm okay with that.
I mean, some people are, some people aren't, right?
I'm okay with that.
Like, you can put aftermarket back straps on here made out of brass, right? Add 4 or 5 ounces. And there are companies already in the market with those available, like Taylor Freelance, for example.
There you go.
So,
there you go.
All right, guys, here we are at Unity. I've got Hallie with us.
Hi, Kaya.
Hi, and you guys know Hallie from the Germany, like IWA and Four Stacks. She's done a great job back there, and now here we are. So Hallie, you got some new stuff here.
We always do. You know us. We come out with a new product like every month. So it's a new show, new product drop. So we're here at NRA, and we have got the new Fast Micro SB. So it is kind of a mix of our Fast Micro S and our Fast Micro. So it's made for the same optics that the Micro S is made for. So it's the Aimpoint Comp M5, the Comp M5 MB, and then also the Duty RDS. But it has built-in backup iron sights like the Micro.
That is so cool. What's the height on this one?
So it is 226, just like most of our other fast mounts. Well, most of our other fast mounts, but because the height of the optic and the size that the mount has to be, the original Micro S never had built-in backup iron sights. And if anyone wanted to run our flip to center mounts at the same time, backup iron sights got really complicated, right? So for those folks who either are required to run backup iron sights, but want to be able to run this red dot and run our flip to center at the same time, this is now the solution for that. So the backup iron sight is fully adjustable. The front post is actually factory installed because it is a non-traditional height.
Okay.
So that is the one thing. It will not work with a traditional front post. So it's about 0.95, I think, is the height of the backup iron sight, whereas traditionally it's like 141.
Yeah, and honestly, you're not going to need it. That's going to serve you just fine.
Yep.
And what is this?
And that's our regular flip to center mount. You know that. It's our 30 millimeter specifically, which runs the aim point. So just like the Omni, but obviously for those great aim point optics.
Absolutely. So a lot of people, I think more people are getting into this whole like flip to center or magnifier game, because in the past I remember just a little over 5 years ago. I know when I first got in over 10 years ago, people were just doing red dots and that was it. And now this is becoming more mainstream, and you guys got some really good solutions to all of that stuff. So when is this going to be available?
Oh, it's already on the website live now.
MSRP?
Today, and anybody that's at NRA gets a discount. It's $205, so the same price as the Micro.
All right, so $205. NRA discount is what?
With 10%.
Guys, if you're here,
Come
check,
by, say hi, get a code. And then the other thing is, I don't know if you've actually seen our new integrated QD lever.
I saw it in Germany, but let's talk about it again.
You saw it, but I couldn't remember if we talked about it. So just now you've got the integrated piece, which just makes it that much more low profile and streamlined. So that came out within the last month.
Yes, guys, I saw that first time in Germany. If you guys haven't seen our IWA and 4-stack coverage, definitely check that out. This is really cool. Traditionally, you'll have a little lever on the side that kind of gets in the way, catches your gear. It doesn't look all that good. So Unity went ahead and fixed that. You basically press from the inside, and it just pops out. I don't want to do that. I don't want to drop that thing, but it opens up and just clicks back in. Super cool solutions. That is super cool.
We invented for our fast FTC 4X, so our integrated magnifier. But now you can see on all three of our standard flip to center mounts, you get that feature as well.
Exactly, and I really love the flip to center because it doesn't kind of go to the left or right. It stays there, and sometimes inadvertently you can just push that back into place when you don't want to. So flip to center is an incredible solution, and obviously, guys, Unity, they've got multiple 3-letter agency and a bunch of other government contracts out there. There's a reason for that. If those guys are picking you, you're pretty much the top dog in the game, so that's fantastic. And Hallie,
Micro SB actually came about because a European NATO ally, very special police unit, asked us to make that. So that's why it's here.
There you go. So Unity actually makes stuff when these badass dudes are asking for, or gals, they're asking for. So check out Unity. Hallie, really appreciate you. And guys, you're gonna be seeing more Unity stuff over at Classic Firearms, more and more, especially over at CF Contest. You're gonna have to Google that, and you'll see what I'm talking about, and there will be a bunch of these all cool stuff that's going to be on those CF contest stuff. So thanks a lot, Hallie. Appreciate you.
Hi, always good to see you.
Absolutely.
Here we are continuing our NRAM 2025 coverage with the hometown heroes, right? Daniel Defense. We've got Matt, of course, brother. What's going on, man?
Dude, glad to be here.
Absolutely, man. So we got some new stuff, right? That MDD4 V7S. There's so many.
Whole ball of wax, man. We've got. So this is new product that we didn't even feature at SHOT Show this year. This is first time consumers are seeing these guns. This is our new DD4 line of V7 rifles. A lot of the feedback we'd received over a few years was they wanted a flat front rail. Simple, easy solution. So this is our SLW, which is basically our lightweight V7, lightweight profile barrel. One of the differences in this particular model is this is a 14.5-inch barrel. We are going to have a Xeno mount pin and welded. So look for that going forward on any 14.5-inch guns in the future. We're going to have a suppressor-friendly pin and welded mount on our 14.5-inch guns. Awesome. So along with that is our upgraded Daniel Defense trigger. You can tell that trigger is unique. It's a different color. It's a finer finish. It makes for a crisper break. It is about a 5-pound break. And then the DD4 line obviously is an fully ambidextrous line.
That's awesome. I'm so glad. Everybody's so glad you guys finally came over to the role of saying making everything ambi. So of course we all appreciate it.
We're moving that direction on everything now.
Absolutely.
So same product line. This is our SPR. It's really our Mark 12 takeoff.
Okay.
The couple differences in this is we do run a built-in Arca rail in this new rail system. This is our DD4 line of handguards, 18-inch barrel, and this is our proprietary stainless steel. This is our precision long gun chambered in 5.56.
Awesome. What's the barrel profile on this one?
That is a strength to weight barrel, so it is our version of a heavy barrel.
Okay, gas system intermediate?
Rifle length gas system.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And then our Geisley trigger in this gun.
Okay.
So, and then finally our bread and butter, which is our notoriously our best-selling rifle that we have is the V7.
Right.
This is our brand new version of the V7. Same feature set, 16-inch barrel though, so you can take that flash hider off, thread on whatever you want there, ambidextrous controls, but and then our new Daniel Defense trigger. So.
Okay.
Very cool. We don't have a price point yet.
Okay.
We do expect hopefully late summer-ish to launch these and have them be shipping out.
Okay, well, there you go, guys. Price TBD, but as you can see here, of course, Daniel Defense name, solid craftsmanship, of course, quality that you can always depend on. Daniel Defense, man. Matty.
Thanks for seeing us.
All right, guys, here we are at Walther, and I've got Chris here with us. Chris, thanks for having us, man.
Absolutely.
All right, so we love Walther products. If you guys haven't seen our IWA coverage over in Germany, Nuremberg, Germany, definitely check it out. Shout out to Bernard, Tom, David over there, great people. And now I've got Chris here with me, and Chris is going to tell me all about some of the Walther products here in the United States and some of the new products. So Chris, what do you got, man?
So this has been really hot for us. This is the PDP-X PMM. Pro-X designates that it's got the dynamic performance trigger. It's got a comp on it, but that gets into the PMM part. It's also got the magwell on there. This comes with a single port Parker Mountain machine compensator, which is really cool. We love working with those guys. They're shooters as well. They test their stuff really well, and it just works. It just works. It's great. Moving on from there, this is something that we announced at SHOT Show this year. This is the F-Series version of that gun. You'll notice that this one now has a micro comp. Design-wise, it's really cool because we use a longer frame with a shorter slide, so we have a little bit of a gap there that we can fill in with the comp. The comp is very effective, works very well, also still good for new shooters. Sometimes with compensators you get reliability because it just affects the way that the gun functions a little bit. Not the case with the micro comp from Parker Mountain Machine. Great stuff from them.
Yeah, I was going to ask, like, so you can use your 115 grain, 124 grain, good to go?
Yep, yeah, that's the way that we want to design it. We don't want people to have to buy something they have to buy a bunch of crazy specialty ammo for. We want people to get out to the range and shoot these guns, and that's exactly what we did here.
Perfect. And what else you got?
So we keep kind of fleshing out the F-Series line. This is the professional acro version of the F-Series, so designates that it has a milled slide just for the acro.
Okay.
It's a very duty-oriented gun. This one also does come with the magwell as well, but now available in the F-Series with the dynamic performance trigger, which is a fairly new addition for the F-Series.
All right, so we've got a gun that is cut for an acro, so you don't really see that, right?
Yeah, it actually even comes with the acro.
Okay, so it comes with the acro. Yeah. It's a package. I see. All right, that's super cool. I love that because not a lot of companies actually do that, right? Just very few, as you said, some duty-oriented pistols, but generally they don't because acro, they've got their own completely unique cut, right?
Yeah.
So what about the trigger? What's so special about that?
Well, it's a flat-face trigger, but it also has a really short take-up and a really short reset. It's a very crisp trigger. We feel like it's the best striker-fired trigger on the market. And then another cool thing about the Professional, even though it's called the Professional and it is a duty gun, we care about the American civilian. This is available to American civilians as well as law enforcement. And that was very important for us to be able to do that, to offer it to everybody. So
yeah, very, very cool. And when it comes to Walther triggers, guys, if you guys, I'm sure a lot of you guys are like, yeah, Walther triggers, they're the best in the market in my personal opinion. But if you don't know and you go to one of these shows, definitely come check them out. I've never seen a better trigger on a striker-fired pistol.
That's what we do.
Yeah, incredible, incredible. And you had one more?
Yeah, so we have we had the steel frames that we launched last year at SHOT. Now we have the Steel Frame Pros. The Pro just designates that it now comes with the dynamic performance trigger and the magwell right out of the box. Also comes with 3 magazines, so an upgrade over an upgrade basically. Yeah. We have this is our performance model. This is the competition gun, steel frame, 40 ounce weight. So absorbs a lot of recoil. You can run them real fast. Now you get the magwell dynamic performance trigger in there as well.
Very cool. These are cut for what kind of footprint?
It's our 2.0. We call it our 2.0 footprint, so any popular optic will fit on there. The nice thing too is that when you buy a PDP, you get a coupon in there, like a certificate. We give you one free optic plate of your choice. So whichever optic you're running, you're going to be covered.
Which makes perfect sense, because there's a lot of companies out there, they include a bunch of different plates. I feel like that's not really necessary, because it increases the price of the gun. You know, it's passed on to consumer. If you can just save some there, and just give me what I need, as opposed to I have 5 other plates laying around I'm not going to use.
Right.
Yeah, that's very good. Guys, check out Walther. Seriously, fantastic guns. Like, when you grab a Walther, every time, I've said this at Classic so many times, guys knows me very well on this one. I'm like, look at the machining on this gun, the serrations, the way this gun is put together. You can just tell that this is obviously German engineering, right? You can just tell that the materials are high quality, and somebody just built this with pride. So I love you guys, and definitely want to have you guys more with Classic Firearms. Let's just do some stuff together, man.
Let's do it.
Absolutely. Guys, check out Walther. Chris, thanks a lot for your time, man.
Absolutely, I appreciate it.
Had to stop at the HUXWRX booth. Industry leaders in reduced back pressure to the face, because nobody likes that. Of course, Porter, what's going on, brother?
Good to see you, man.
Of course, another time, another day, and tell us what you got going on, man, because something special's out here.
Yeah.
Literally from a movie?
Yeah. The Accountant 2, maybe you've heard of it.
I've heard of it somehow.
A couple trailers here and there, you know. So Taran Tactical was kind enough to let us have this gun in our booth. It's featured in The Accountant. We also have a bunch of other of Taran's stuff with our beautiful Flow 9K tie on it.
Okay.
Just launched at SHOT Show.
Boom.
But yeah, we're having fun here.
All right, so the 9, bring it down, bro. So let's talk about it.
This guy is on the Combat Master. So this guy is going to be 4.8 ounces without anything on it. So on the front of a handgun, you're not going to, you're not carrying a great big heavy can on the front.
Right.
But yeah, so we have the goods here.
Love it, man. So of course, flow through the new 9mm can. What's the specs on it? We're talking like weight, nothing. You just mentioned.
Yeah, 4.8 ounces, so super light can. The OD is a little bit longer or a little bit wider than we did on our traditional pistol can.
Okay.
Since it is a K can, we're able to get some of that noise that you'll get out of it with that increased volume.
Right.
But yeah, we've had it since launched at SHOT Show. It's been a huge hit.
Okay.
I actually really like this can. I'm not gonna lie.
It looks good too. It's visually appealing. That's number one. If it looks cool, that's
cool.
like half the battle. For sure. So we're talking about MSRP.
MSRP, so it varies a little bit. Street Bites, you're going to find it around $650, depending on who you're getting it from.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a budget conscious can as well.
I love that. Yeah. So on this gun there, you've got the 5.56K in there?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay.
Look at you.
I know a little something about movies, right? Like, that's cool.
So they were able to do this really cool hand. So you've seen, a lot of the handguards and suppressor covers. They were able to do it on top of this one, so it's honestly a really cool look.
That is. It's a vibe. It almost looks integrally suppressed, but we all know it's not, because it comes removable. But again, that's really, really awesome. And of course, 5.56K, guys, if you guys don't know, is one of our favorite suppressors. Of course, reduced back pressure back to the shooter's face, and that is, if you don't have to gas me out, I'll definitely take it. So that's for sure. And MSRP on the 5.56K for those?
Around $1,100.
There you go. Yep. Industry standard stuff, guys. They are leading the game when it comes to reduced back pressure. I cannot stress it again. Carcinogens, toxins, anything that would be breathed back in from you shooting, they have alleviated. And then on top of that, oh yeah, by the way, it's a suppressor. Look at who I bumped into, man. The man, the myth, the legend himself, Taran Butler. Absolutely, brother. Thanks for, gracing us in this booth, man. You're here at HUXWRX. So I know they've got some of your goodies on the wall, right? Yeah. They've got some stuff that you've tricked out, and believe me, I've got a Combat Master. I don't like to brag about it, but it's one of the, greatest shooting guns that I can say. But Taran, please take it away, brother.
So we got a few things here. We got the gun from the Accountant 2.
Yeah.
This is what John Bernthal uses, a Sand Viper.
Yeah.
So it's completely macked out. It's got an SRO RMR on top. It's got the TLR7, Streamline on the bottom. Sand Viper is just a flattest shooting. Got like 2 or 3 national titles, 3 national titles on his belt.
Right.
And it does a lot in the movie. We're going to go see it again tonight.
Oh, there you go.
So it's freaking cool.
And we actually featured one of these on CF Contest, and I can sit there and say that this thing shot so flat. And to the person who, was grace enough to, see that at CF Contest, that got to take that home, you're welcome, because I broke it in for you. So that's for sure.
So we have the Viper. So that's John Wick's gun. They just promoted it yesterday as a picture of John Wick finally holding it, so we could talk about it.
Okay.
It's an island barrel, 4.5 inch, optic plate capable finally. So you could put a dot on there, and everyone wants a dot, but I still like both.
Okay.
Go ahead and rack it, try the trigger, all that fun stuff. And pop the mag out real quick. These are these mags we did that instead of 17 rounds, your typical 2011 mag, this is 20 rounds. Same exact length with the follower, 3 times the spring power to lock open. They're awesome. If you want 21 rounds, that's this one here with a little bit bigger base pad on it.
Okay.
DLC coated. And then also for Ballerina, go ahead and put that one away really quick. This is the lead character gun for Ana de Armas. It's the Viper. Sorry, it's the Combat Master X.
Okay.
The Viper's back there.
Okay.
So it's our compensator finally. And there's something unique about this comp. She doesn't have a dot in it.
Okay.
We put a dot on it because everybody wants a dot. And we like this new one from Trijicon with this coating on it. Just looks super cool.
Absolutely complements the colors very well. Love that. Here at the Trijicon booth, and I'm here with Josh. First of all, thanks for having us, brother.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And of course, Trijicon being a household name in the premium optics line, we had to come here and stop. So tell us what's new for NRAM and take it away, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. So this is the MRO SD. So just launched it this week. First time people are getting a chance to take a look at it. So a lot of folks are familiar with the MRO line. It's been out about 10 years from the original. It's been a great seller for us. Gives you a nice big field of view, great rifle optic. So what this is it's basically that next generation of that original MRO.
Okay.
So for those who are familiar with the line, there was the MRO HD, which we came out with a couple years ago. That's still out there. And this basically, it gives you a lot of those same benefits of the HD. So it gives you upgraded electronics, upgraded optical performance, better adjusters. But what it gives you is just the single dot. So whereas the HD has an external outer ring of 68 MOA outer ring and then a 2 MOA center dot, the SD variety has just got the center dot 2 MOA.
Okay.
And so some folks just don't need that extra, that outer ring, just not an extra benefit to them. But this gives them that opportunity to be able to have a dot that's going to look great under magnification. The original MRO wasn't really designed to be with a magnifier.
Right.
So as this one is, so it looks awesome under magnification. It gives you that simple, fine aiming point.
Okay.
So it kind of gives you, again, all the benefits of the HD, but just with the dot instead of the complex reticle.
Awesome. And I know there's some great clarity in this, especially starting with the HD line, and we talk about under nods or anything under night vision. Definitely seeing the crispness of that. So this just taking up to the next level is awesome for you. So what are we talking about MSRP?
Yeah, so $786 for the dot for just the optic itself, and then you can get it with a variety of sorts of mounts, and then you can also get it as a package with the magnifier and the mounts, all fully co-aligned, ready to go. So just whatever option you want. And the other cool thing is that it is the exact same footprint as the current MRO.
Okay, so
all the other accessories, all those mounts that are out there, you can still run that with the SD.
Well, there you go. I feel like we got something else other than this. This thing's awesome. And of course, available now?
Available, yes. In the next couple of weeks, they're already shipping.
There you go. There you go. All right, let's move on to the next one.
Let me show you this real quick.
Yeah.
So, folks, the most popular optic that we've had selling of the variable power line of the last 3-4 years has been the Credo 1-8. So it's a first focal plane, just an awesome scope. But as a lot of folks want, give me in another color, brown it, right? So anodized finish, coyote brown for the 1-8. Just an awesome scope that now you can have in the finish that you wanted.
That's awesome. And for folks who don't know, 34 millimeter tube?
Yep, that's correct. Yep,
awesome.
34 millimeter tube, red and green illumination in the tube. Locking elevation and windage right there on it. So it's as far as feature set goes, there's a reason that it's been the best seller. It's just got a great set for a 1-8.
Absolutely. And we got this.
I got a little skeet on there just to show people the cool stuff, right? If you're going to have the coolest setup in the world, this is the skeet. So one of the smallest thermals you can get. You can even use this on your helmet, but you can also put in a clip-on, have it up to 8 power magnification and fully thermal. The Trijicon skeet.
I love that. And it's such a small footprint, guys. This thing is really adds barely any weight to the end of your rifle, and this thing is awesome. Sitting in that Unity mount, of course, Unity being a great company that they are, they had to partner up with you guys. So this thing's awesome. For the folks, the avid hunter who likes to go out at night, wants to get those pigs out there, or near peer conflicts, which we obviously see that thermal is being king right now. So, I mean, it is what it is, right? Great technology. Of course, what's the MSRP on the ski?
Oh, that was a little pricey. $16,000.
And that's why it is the way it is. So there you guys go.
Great thermal right
there. There you go. Of course, continuing our NRAM coverage, had to come over and stop at LWRC. Scott, first of all, brother.
Good to see you again.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. So I've got something new in my hand, right? I've got this.
The Mark II 12-inch.
There you go. Okay.
It's our piston gun, redesigned upper and handguard. So we're going with that M-LOK handguard now on our piston guns. So we've redesigned the gas block. Instead of the gas knob, we've got a butterfly switch.
That's pretty dope.
Suppressed and unsuppressed setting.
Keep it simple, stupid.
That's right, man. We did away with all the screws around it, and we've got 2 and a QD mount in between. Return to 0.
Okay.
Yeah.
So still kind of monolithic design up top.
Correct.
And still locks in. Again, you just cut down on, I guess, not really weight with the screws, but it just made it
Ease
simple.
access.
Yeah.
Ease access.
Okay.
That's it.
That's what's up. And of course, ambidextrous controls like we know that you guys love and need because LWRC takes care of people. So there you go.
That's what we're known for.
And then what else? What else is going on with this? Of course, y'all sights, ambi, everything again.
Ambi
like I said.
controls everything.
Yeah.
Same set of sights. Yeah.
There you
Same
go.
bolt carrier group that we're known for.
Okay.
That's it.
So what are you talking about MSRP for this bad boy?
27-ish, depending on color configuration.
Okay.
Yeah, not bad.
Not bad at all. You guys 12.5. You can't beat it. I'm just saying. Come on now. What you got in your hand though?
So this is the IC9K. So we made it a little shorter with a 5.7 inch barrel.
Okay.
Leave you enough room for one M-lock slot.
Just one.
Just one.
Hopes and dreams.
That's right. And same thing, all the same ambidextrous controls.
Yeah, man.
Just basically the same lower redesign around a Glock magazine.
Love that.
You know, so you've got your ambi stuff.
So you're ready to go. You got the brace on there. Of course, if you want to throw a folder on there, you can do that. You can do that. And obviously, suppressor ready, guys. Come on.
Suppressor ready.
I mean, come on. Now, the only thing missing is like, a handguard that's like, can go around the can. But I'm pretty sure y'all could finagle something like that.
Might be able to work with something like that.
I believe it. See?
Might be able to work with something like
There
that.
you go. What's MSRP you're looking at for this?
Probably talking around 16, 18-ish, depending on color, configuration, barrel length.
LWRC takes Glock mags. Need I say it anymore? All right, continuing with our NRAM 2025 coverage. Couldn't go any further without stopping at Nightforce. Of course, Eric, appreciate you, brother, for having us, man. Of course, Nightforce has all the things optical that you possibly need for the professional end user, for the real passionate enthusiast. And Eric, I'm going to let you take it away, brother. What you guys got, man?
Yeah, so this is our CFS. It's the configurable field spotting scope.
Okay.
So configurable, you can obviously see it comes, we have a version of it. It comes with this cage here.
Okay.
The cage is designed around the optic itself to allow you to attach various accessories. So it's a 6 to 36 power spotting scope, and it has an F1 reticle built in.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have 3 different reticles. We have a MOA XT, the MIL XT, or XTS, and then the Tremor 4. So those are all reticles that are designed specifically for spotting scope use, and also kind of companion reticles to our rifle scope reticles.
Right, and
Yeah.
you guys, in case you guys don't know, this stuff is actually the highest grade. Of course, MIL contracts, MIL end users, some of the toughest optics in the game, and some of the ones that actually we prefer in the network. So that's absolutely awesome. So what are we talking about MSRP for this guy?
Yeah, so MSRP, when you get it with the cage, we have a kit that's going to be $3,100, and then we have a slick version that's just going to be the spotter itself here, and that'll be $2,950.
Okay.
Yeah, one of the awesome things is either way it's lightweight, but when you get it slick, it's about 34 ounces. So very light, very packable, short. You can fit it in kind of a standard size backpack. So, kind of configurable field spotters designed for field use, be really easy to get in and out of a pack.
There you go. So if you're setting up at an OP, whatever you're hunting or actually in an OP, right? You got all the things that you need. I mean, you got your Kestrel, you got your red dot just to get in the area of engagement and then get on there. Spotter, you call your spot for your guys, you're awesome to be that person. So there you go. We got this one here. That's even like more.
So this is even more kind of souped up here, if you will. So this would be more of kind of a tactical MilGov LE sort of setup. So we do have a night vision rail that comes out of the bottom here. So this is available separate for sale. That's $275. And then this is showing set up with a night vision. We have our LRF up on top with an IR pointer, and then same thing with the red dot, but obviously you can kind of put whatever you'd want on there. So yeah, sort of showing the variety of ways you can set something up. This would be more like competitive focus, and this is more tactical, military, government type.
Awesome. So I'm noticing some rails on here. Is it M-lock? It looks sorry.
It is M-lock. Yep, it's M-lock. So there's 5 different locations. The top one will take a 7 slot, and then the 4 sides will take 5 slots.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And again, they've got some of the hottest stuff in the game. And of course, Eric, appreciate you for this side. I'm pretty sure we got some other stuff to go look at as well, right? Some rifle optics, of course. Yeah. Let's check it out. You've got a beauty here, this LMT, but I see some glass on here that y'all absolutely take care of. Tell us about it, brother.
Yeah, so Nightforce, we're very fortunate. We've got the contracts with US SOCOM for everything from their 1 to 8s up to the 7 to 35. So this particular one is our 4 to 20 ATAC R, just trimmed out in a way that suits their contract. So it has a few little additions that you won't see on the civilian version. the 360 brake turret, lack of illumination, but a lot of the features you can get just in our normal ATAC-R.
Absolutely. So what are we looking at MSRP for this one? Because like you said, this one's more of a contract thing, and there is a civilian variant of it. Is this one actually for sale?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so the ATAC-R 4-20 is $3,000 retail. Okay. Sits right in the middle of our ATAC-R family, and it provides a ton of value. Absolutely. It's great glass, pretty compact for what it is, and just gives you a little more than your LPVO, but not quite as much as you might need with 735.
Absolutely. So of course, plenty of reticle options, right? You've got trimmer 4 available, trimmer
3.
Trimmer 3.
Yep.
Okay.
So trimmer 3, the MOAR and Mil C that are more on the simple side, the Mil XT, which is a huge favorite for a lot of shooters, and its MOA variant, the MOA XT, that brings some of the same features but in MOA. So a lot of options.
That's awesome. So guys, of course, Nightforce, premium optics. And of course, whenever we feature something at CF Contest with a Nightforce on there, you guys love it, and we love it as well. So, of course, we couldn't go any further without stopping at the show, without chatting with these guys. And, of course, Chad, brother, appreciate you, man. And, of course, we're over here at CCW Safe. And, guys, of course, if you haven't heard about CCW Safe, check out our SHOT Show coverage when we had podcasts with these guys. We love what they do. They are the premier when it comes to protecting you past the incident. Of course, we're over here with Jerome. First of all, Jerome, thanks for having us, brother. Thank you. And of course, the new program that you guys got going on. So tell me about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that was new for CCW Safe. It's obviously not something that is unknown in the industry, but we're just looking for partners to partner with, right? Be it ranges, be it instructors, be it anybody in the space that could, talk and advocate for us. It's just a really simple program that we put together where we really just want to partner with people that have a like mindset and want to offer the most premium product in the industry for concealed carry incidents. So yeah, that's kind of the program is pretty simple, but all you do is reach out to us if you're one of those people that want to partner with us, and we'll get in contact with you, run you through the program, and it's just a way for us to get out in front of more people. Right. We've really relied mostly on word of mouth and a lot of internet and a lot of those kind of mediums, and this is our first time to have like real in the field people out there talking about our products.
So not only that, continuing like the coverage of like, hey, if I have a self-defense incident, you guys are going to step in that gap and be my stopgap for that. But to pair it up with the training side as well, and then partnering up with all these local spots within whichever state that you guys deem, that's really awesome. So is there plans for like saying, hey, we're going to have a training curriculum come out where, a portal open for members or anything like that?
Yeah, so we already have a portal on our website that links to some training. We're actually in the process of making that a little more robust. Okay. So I think right now, I can't remember the amount we have, but here in the very near future, we're going to offer probably somewhere in the neighborhood about 233 hours of training material that all of our members would have access to.
That's awesome.
And yeah, the big thing about this program is we just want a lot of people advocate for us, and we just want to be able to support those people with this program that partners with us to make sure that we're getting in front of the people that really need our service. Right. One of the things about the industry is a lot of people don't know who you are, and if you're not in front of them and letting them know kind of what you offer, it's pretty hard for them to come by it organically. Right. And the truth is, most ranges, most places, they always have those things they advocate for because it's a very important part of gun ownership, and more importantly, responsible gun ownership. Right. We can all think we're doing the right things, but we need the proper training, we need the proper tools, we need all the things that at the end get covered by CCW Safe. Right. So it's just kind of a way for us to get out in front of people that maybe we don't reach every other time.
And that's awesome. Of course, you guys do sign up, be a member. They have awesome stuff. We believe in the history, we believe in the story, and from the founders, especially when you guys invited us out to the media event, it was a very changing moment. So of course I believe in the dream, and you guys are just continuing to take it on even further. So Jerome,
we appreciate you.
Couldn't go any further without stopping with the thermal guys themselves. Ira, Matt.
Thanks for
Of course, man. So tell us about what you guys got going on, man, because thermal is everything now. It's so hot right now, no pun intended.
So this is a first for us. Okay. Ira USA, we pride ourselves on bringing the latest and greatest in all things thermal to the market. This is no exception. This is the NRA hybrid compact. It's going to be the HCH 50R. Looks like a normal thermal, nothing crazy going on here, but inside we have the first commercially available 10 micron sensor available to the civilian market.
Wow.
So what that kind of all boils down to is better resolution, better detection range, better field of view, and a really compact small package.
Right.
So this unit here can be used as a clip-on. It's a standalone unit. You can scan with it. Another cool feature is the built-in 1200 yard laser rangefinder.
Okay.
Has onboard ballistics. Plug all your data in. You can take those longer shots in the field now.
Okay.
Again, we're really excited about this. You gotta come check it out.
That's awesome. How's that ballistic data put on? Is it applied ballistics, or you guys got something proprietary?
Our own proprietary ballistics. You can do it through the scope itself here. Go and plug in your velocity, BC, all that, relevant data, and then it'll calculate your custom holdover based on the range that it picks up.
That's awesome.
So turnkey solution. Everything's really easy to use.
So is this available now? Ready to go?
Available now.
Okay.
Soon.
Okay.
So
TBD.
TBD.
All right. All right. So MSRP.
TBD. So this is the first time anyone's seeing this.
Oh, wow, okay.
today. This is brand spanking new.
Okay.
But stay tuned. We'll be keeping people updated as availability comes around.
Of course. Awesome. So I know I see this, and this is a compact one. I know you guys got some other ones though.
We do.
All right. Let's go check them.
So over on the Nocpix side of things, we've got 2 additional models now.
Okay.
This is going to be the Rico 2 H75R and S75R.
Okay.
Yeah, they look pretty similar, but there's again some internal differences going on here. With our H75R, it's going to be a 640 sensor with a 4-power base mag.
Okay.
Built-in 1200 yard rangefinder, onboard ballistics. What we really like about this form factor on the Rico 2s is the way that the zoom is like a throw lever.
Okay.
Much like you'd use like an LPVO.
Right.
You've seen some other thermals, it's like a push button digital magnification. This is super easy to use.
It seems a little bit more intuitive.
Step magnification.
Way more intuitive.
So a lot easier to use. Customers seem to really like it a lot.
Yeah.
Image on this one's insane.
Okay.
Big 75 millimeter germanium limbs up front. Great field of view. Just really nice for a 640. Has everything you could ever want in one.
Absolutely.
Coming over here is the S75R.
Okay.
This is a 1280 sensor with a 3-power base mag.
Okay.
So previously all of our 1280 offerings have only been a 2-power base mag. Now we're stepping it up, getting a little bit more magnification, better detection range.
Right.
Whether you're a coyote hunter, hog hunter, everyone's going to really appreciate the image quality that's coming out of these.
That's awesome. And what are we looking at MSRP for these, right?
Also to be determined. So
you're getting me, man.
You know how the industry works.
Absolutely.
We wanted to come up here, show our latest and greatest at the show.
Makes sense.
People are going to want to get their hands on these, and we promise we'll get them to them as soon as possible.
Absolutely. So again, guys, some great offerings, TBD. So stay tuned. I'm pretty sure they'll have it out, relatively soon. Soonish. So there you guys go. Here we are at the Staccato booth. Of course, NRAM 2025 with Michelle. First of all, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Awesome competition shooter extraordinaire. And please, of course, there's some hot stuff over there, right?
Yes.
Tell us what you got going on.
All right, so right here I have the Staccato P4.5, the new and up and coming. Can't tell you when, but it's coming out soon.
TBD.
To be determined, yes. But some of the cool things on this gun is we removed the grip safety, which I don't know if you're into that, but
I don't complain. Whenever I get into a 1911, 2011 style gun, I understand that there probably will be a grip safety.
yeah, no, we still have the thumb safety, but
Okay.
we just removed the grip safety.
Right.
I personally love it.
Okay.
I do pin all of my grip safeties. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that. Anyways, we moved back the optic on this, so now when you have brass flying out, it's not going to dirty up your glass, which is a nice little factor. It's ambidextrous, so for you left-handed shooters out there,
All 5 of you. No, I'm just kidding.
we now make a gun for you, so that's great. And we actually moved back some of these, so now you can manipulate it with one hand.
And that's awesome. I know you guys are really great about your optics placement now. I see that you got the front sight in front, so it's more like a, not combat, but like
It's duty.
Yeah, it's duty.
Yes. Yeah, it's definitely a good gun for carry and for duty purposes. I would say this gun was made for duty.
Right.
What else we have on this gun is a sight block on the front. So a lot of people will be like, oh my gosh, it's an XC.
Right.
It is not. It is just the sight blocks that add some weight. We do have some new buffer spring in there, and also the greatest thing is it does take the Glock pattern magazines.
Because you guys harassed them so much that they had to make something Glock compatible, right? So obviously, duty rated gun, duty rated magazines, duty rated everything. Staccato, household name. Jeez.
Yes, and it is a drop safe pistol.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
All right.
So if you guys haven't seen it, make sure to check out the P4 and the P45.
All right. MSRP around?
Ooh, off the top of my head, I want to say around 28. 28?
Okay, 28. In the ballpark of 28.
Sure.
So there you go.
Sure, yes. I'm sorry I didn't have it like off the
Oh, no, it's all good. It's all good. So, of course, guys, this new offering, of course, TBD.
TBD, yes.
Yeah, I can't tell you when, but just know it's coming. Soon.
Very soon.
Very soon. Do you have one already?
I don't.
Oh.
See, I'm not even lying. It's coming soon.
There you go. At the Sig booth with Anthony. First of all, thank you for having us, brother.
Thank you.
So we had to go in and talk to him about some new stuff going on. I see some, matter of fact, just go into it, brother.
Yeah, man. So this is the new Oscar 6 spotting scope.
Okay.
What makes this cool and sets it apart from like a traditional spotting scope is it's image stabilized.
Okay.
So it kind of redefines what a spotting scope can be used for, and you kind of get to find new cool ways to use it because it's image stabilized.
Right.
You don't have to put it on a tripod. I can literally sit here single-handed and hand hold this, and I can glass with it. And so it's a 16 to 32 power, 60 millimeter objective.
Okay.
Easy to turn off. You just rotate this collar. It's on. Now I'm stabilized.
Okay.
It does have ARCA plate here, so if you do want to mount it on a tripod, you obviously can. It also works great for like wind buffer, right? So if I'm on the range, it's super windy, my tripod's chattering, I can turn that on and it smooths everything out.
Wow.
But imagine like spotting for somebody. Like I don't have to sit there on a tripod the whole time. Like I can literally call shots.
Right.
Hand holding. So it just redefines kind of what what a spotting scope can be used for.
In a more traditional way. I like
Correct,
that.
yeah. Straight spotter, like for hunting, for instance, like I don't have to use a window mount.
Okay.
I can sit there and just handle that again.
Absolutely.
Truck can be on. So there's so many different use cases. All of our image stabilized products run off of just regular AA batteries.
Okay.
So this guy runs off of 2 AA batteries, gets about 50 hours of runtime.
It's decent.
Yeah, so I mean, it's basically everything we were known for here in like our Zulu 6 HDX Pros, and then we're bringing it into a spotting scope.
That makes sense.
So, yeah.
All right. So what are we talking about? MSRP?
MSRP is about $19.99.
Okay.
So these will be available next month.
Okay.
So check out our site and get it there.
All right. Daniel Horner himself, first of all, brother, thank you for having us here at the Sig booth. And we've got some cool stuff. You got thermals, you've got handheld standalones. I mean, brother, take it away.
Man, we've got some really cool stuff, especially in this thermal line.
Okay.
We've got clip-ons, which I love because you can keep your regular day optic on and just mount this in front, right? And all of the sensors are 640 by 480. Multiple different color palettes. Most of them include a laser rangefinder.
Okay.
So you've got the clip-on option. So you've got your normal rifle. You're going to throw this on in front, and you can continue to shoot. We've also got a standalone thermal rifle scope. So if you want to dedicate a rifle or an upper to thermal, you've got that option. And then we also have the viewer here. And if you've done a lot of nighttime hunting, this is a must because if you've got that thermal on the gun, whether it's a standalone scope or you've got that clip-on option, sitting there and scanning with a rifle for hours and hours, it turns it into an unfun night.
Right.
So you keep your handheld thermal on you. You can glass, find what you need. These come with a laser rangefinder in some models.
Okay.
Also 640 by 480, which is a big deal. But the biggest deal in the thermal world for anybody that's out there shopping for thermals, all of these products have our lifetime warranty.
Right.
Super critical when you're talking about thermals because all of the cores in these things, they have a shelf life, and at some point it's a mechanical electronic piece of equipment, and that's all you get.
And that's awesome. And of course, Sig Sauer having that name behind it, stand behind your product, everything there. Again, you guys have an issue, send it right back. They'll get you taken care of.
And I've got a lot of experience of shooting and looking through thermal sights. These are good thermals.
I was just about to say, especially with like near-peer conflicts and the popularity of thermals that's come along. I mean, you guys are really taking the cake on that one.
I would say in the last 3 weeks, I've shot thousands of rounds through thermals. Very recent experience, and I will tell you, like, firsthand, I believe in these products. These are good thermal sights.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And where are you looking at MSRP for that one?
Anywhere, I think the low end is 3 up to 6,000.
Okay,
so yeah, just kind of across the board.
Across the board.
Kind of got a range of 3 different options, and handheld, clip-on, and standalone.
All right, well, guys, there you go. Thermal stuff at SIG. Of course, get into it. The avid night hunter. If you want to be even more capable in different environments and see some stuff, SIG's got you covered in the thermal department. Of course, Chris, first of all, brother, again, always a pleasure. And you got something special in your hand, man. So yeah, it's like a Kat Von D. I'm kidding. What is it?
I mean, close. So this is the start of the launch of the Ink program. Okay. So this is a slide that we did based on a 320 M18 slide. Okay. So we reached out to a couple tattoo artists. This one is Giancarlo. He was on Ink Master. Oh, I believe he was a judge.
There you go.
So what's kind of cool is he was actually from New Hampshire originally. So we kind of did a live for your die theme. Oh wow. Got some cool skull patterns. So this is actually done with a laser machine. Okay. So that's how you get all that really crazy detail. So really just kind of a cool way for people that want a more unique aesthetic to kind of customize the 220. This won't be the first, this won't be the last of the Ink series. So you've got plenty more in the works right now, but just a kind of cool way to customize your gun.
Cool. And starting out just with an M18 size, and are we going to different?
Yeah, we'll have like a full size. We'll have a 365 down the line as well. So just a whole bunch of different cool patterns that we're going to be doing. So I think this would be just kind of interesting, getting a little more artistic, kind of into the pistols, and allowing people to kind of customize and have something that show off the flare, right?
Absolutely. Available now?
It'll be available in a month.
Oh, in a month. Okay. So MSRP, give or take?
MSRP is going to be about $600, $700. And it's just the slide, but it's fully assembled. Okay. So you can just easily swap that out onto your 320.
We got something else, man. We got the off-duty, on-duty.
Yeah, so this is the Max Off-Duty. Okay. This is like the flagship of our off-duty program. Okay. So for first responders, for military, kind of the line of products specifically for that clientele. Okay. So the Max Off-Duty, Max Michel, our team captain of the SIG shooting team, trains a lot of law enforcement, and he basically is like, he had a parts bin of stuff, and he's like, hey, whatever you guys want to put together, like build it out and we'll go shoot it. This is kind of the configuration that time and time they kind of wanted. So this is the ultimate duty gun essentially. So you've got the polymer grip. This has the grip cape from Hogue, so it's like super grippy, which is nice. It's got the integrated comp slide, and then a flat brake trigger, as well as a Springer extended mag release, kind of competition style, but doesn't impede any of the ability of you to use it. So just a great kind of duty style pistol.
Oh, yeah, man. That's awesome. You got the Romeo.
This is a Romeo X enclosed.
Okay, enclosed.
So once again, kind of duty optic. Yeah.
Flared magwell, so you're good to go, brother. Yeah. Awesome. MSRP looking like what?
Around $1,000. But street price will be less than that. Okay. And then with the optic, about like $1,200.
Duty rated pistol, duty rated optic, of course, duty rated everything. So guys, check that out. The Off Duty. I like that. It's a great name.
Yeah.
Look at it. See you guys later.